Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Just at Home playing Dark Souls 3, the weapon pages. Last episode we did something. We did the Road of Sacrifices. At least most of the Road of Sacrifices. And also quite a big part of the Fair and Keep, as I usually do. Like, I still do the identical movements through this game. And in this episode we're going to go through the Crucifixion Woods. We're going to go and deal with ye old crystal? No, crystal sage. Wow. Yeah, that is my plan. I'm gonna kill this guy before he kills me. Or if, like, just because I don't want him to chase me. Got to kill the witnesses. Because otherwise they will follow me to the ends of the earth. And then at a certain point I cannot run away anymore, and then I get ganger banged. Doesn't make any noise whatsoever. And then decides to hit me with a giant freaking tree branch. Welcome to Dark Souls. The game where enemies use giant tree branches to impale you. It's not even monsters or something, nope, just regular old humans. Well, undead in this case. But undead used to be humans, so... I still find it quite perplexing that you can summon Holy Knight Hordrick over here. Good old granddad. Good old grandpa. I also just remembered about a thing that I need to go and get in this place. There'll be a shield in here somewhere. I know where it is though, so that's not an issue. I like the fact these guys look at me and I just don't give a fuck. If you walk slowly. Could you let me down slowly? I was wondering if this thing did bleed damage, but no, that's another. Like, I think that's the Grave Warden's Twin Blades. That does that. I missed. No, I missed. Doesn't matter, I'm doing enough damage to be able to wombo combo them into oblivion anyway, so. Into oblivion and beyond. Roll through the grave things. The grave things, yes. The grave wood. Not in the foot. He didn't make any sound while doing that. That's interesting. I'm just going to ignore the other dudes, I don't care. There we go. Kill that fool. Now you have this crystal lizard, which drops, I think, a crystal gem. Might as well get it. Just because I feel like it. Crystal gem. And then when we run this way, I can drop down here and get the golden falcon shield. Which... I'm not a witch! Which doesn't have amazing blocking power. Okay. Well, not a single one of these small shields are gonna have good block power. That's just gonna be a thing I'm gonna have to deal with. Alright, Crystal Sage. How am I gonna do that? Because I think I'm gonna start off by doing a parry. Because I have a tiny feeling that I probably hit hard enough to the point that she would disappear. So parrying seems like a pretty good idea. Ow. You little shit. How are you still alive? Jesus. See you later, shitlord. I know, I'm not 100% sure, but I think that he can't hit me. Right, go and buff my weapon. And let's go and fight the bitch. I'm sorry, the Sage. That is not a thing I can parry. Do your attack, please, because I'm running out of buff. Ow. I'm going to heal up, because I'm dying. I'm probably going to run out of my buff before I get to do this. Which is going to suck. But it's my own fault for sucking at the game. There we go. It's not bad, it's not bad. Not bad at all. And now it's time for the second part. Wait. Yeah. The Crystal Sage is just gonna... Okay. Sure, you're just gonna instantly appear and get rid of all the logic. And just go and... Oopsie. And just straight up appear. Could I please? Go run this way. Ow, 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 no. Welcome to the Crystal Sage. This right here is the perfect example of what the Crystal Sage is like. Yeah. It's a pretty crappy boss battle. That's what it is. Always has been and probably always will be. First time I died to her in a while. And I was just reminded. The Crystal Sage always sucked. I'm gonna kill you, because otherwise you're gonna wake up everybody. And I don't feel inclined to run away. And as you can see, like the Crystal Sage does just way too much damage. There's magic damage, there's way too much magic damage. Might be thinking like, hey, why don't you go and equip like magic absorption armor, but I don't think that magic absorption does that much. I could be wrong, of course. Could definitely be wrong, but I feel like I've never really had too much success with that. And it's not even about the fact that like it's not even about losing Estus and like not having enough Estus to get through the battle, no. It's about getting one shot. Or two shot. By a lot of her attacks. And then you have these things, which she sends out constantly. And as you can see, they chase you to the other side of the freaking planet. Are you going to disappear? No. That's interesting to know. Probably should have taken a look at that before. Because I think if I did that, I could have probably killed the Crystal Sage. There we go. Like this. Fucking hell. It's kind of weird. Sometimes the Crystal Sage disappears. It might be something with like the amount of damage that you do. There might be like a certain damage number, and if you go over that damage number, then the Crystal Sage will teleport. I do know that if you hit her, like with a normal attack, then she instantly, like, she starts going away at that point. It's kind of weird. But I also don't want to leave her... Like, I don't want to do a parry and then just leave her. I kind of want to attack after I've done a parry, so I can take full advantage of all that stuff, but nah, doesn't matter. The Crystal Sage is still a shitty boss battle. And that's all I can say about it. Hello, Pontiff Knight Curved Sword. Curved Sword. Let me go and buy this thing. Because it is one of the best weapons. Like one of the best of these weapons. 3,000 souls. Can I get to that? Maybe. Yep. I want to go and buy the Knight Pants to see if it fits. Oh, what the boar. Which boar? Nice. The Knight's leggings. Which, in a certain way... Let me go and take a look, because... The heart leather is more baggy, which makes more sense in a certain way. I guess they both make sense, like... The only difference is that this one is just better when it comes to physical defense than this one. You know what? Sure. I can deal with this. And then I'll go and wear this again. Until I find something else that I might want to buy. Right. And we also now have the Pontiff Curved Sword. So, the Pontiff Knight Curved Sword, as you can see, already does, at base level, almost the same amount of damage as my Sellsword Twin Blade. Plus 4. The thing, of course, is that the Pontiff Knight Curved Sword upgrades with Twinkling Titanite, and not normal Titanite. But I do seem to remember that that weapon is... okay. That weapon is one of, if not the best curved sword. I think. But I'm not 100% sure about this. I'm probably going to be upgrading this one, because I think this might be one of the only curved swords that uses the thing. No, that uses Twinkling Titanite. It also has a Frostblade move. So as you can see, this thing is already bigger than your usual curved sword. As the usual curved sword moveset. The difference being is the skill, which is this, which is like the first step. And then you do a strong attack to do an even bigger one. Does it do frostbite damage? No. Also, it doesn't do anything special aside from that particular move. So there we go. I have thoroughly checked it out. I have not upgraded my Estus like a fucking idiot. I do have the other shield right now though, this guy. As you can see, 61%, like 61 block chance. Kind of want to see what the best small shield is when it comes to blocking power. It's going to reinforce my Estus. Fuck Estus. And Henri's quest requires me to go and talk to Henri in here, maybe? Or no. No, not quite yet. I think you have to first beat the Cathedral of the Deep, and then you can go and talk to Henri in here. And then Henri will go to the Catacombs of Carsus. They will lose, or like Henri will lose Horus. And then I'll be able to go into the Demon Ruins and kill Horus. To go and get the Living Shield. This is one thing that I would have really liked actually, if you could manually save in Dark Souls. That would make some of these side quests so much easier. Like if you fuck anything up, then you can just reload a save. But no, that's not how Dark Souls works. If you fuck up, the game saves. And yeah, I do know why they do it though. They do it for like when you lose a lot of souls or whatever. Then it makes a lot of sense when you die a lot of times and you lose a lot of stuff. It makes a lot of sense because otherwise you just have to otherwise you would just reload your save and have your souls back, which is not the way that Dark Souls works. I feel like Dark Souls, it doesn't really reward struggling or suffering. No, it doesn't really reward failure. But it does promote failure in a certain way. Like, that's the way that the game works. That's the way that you're motivated to continue going. It's because of failure. Because the victory feels so sweet after you have actually... Like, if you've spent a certain amount of time doing some annoying boss battle or whatever, and then you finally beat it, and you feel really victorious. But I would say that that is especially when you have a good boss battle. There's a couple of bosses in this game that are just, in my opinion, not good. And then you just become salty when you die. If I die to the Nameless King, it's like, oh, I fucked up. But when I die to the Crystal Sage, I'm like, oh, I got wombo combo and killed. Or the same for the Spirit Church, when you have like to deal with somebody who's really good in PvP or whatever. Then it just becomes a little bit annoying. Alright, friends. That works for me. And then the Ancient Wyvern is also another one of those battles that I really don't like. And I think that's like the only battles that I just don't like in the game. I can't think of any other one. Actually, I don't like the Champion Gravethunter either. I like the Great Wolf. I just don't like the NPC that you have to fight next to him. I really don't like that one. That one's really annoying. Dagger. Dagger, dagger, dagger. Hashtag lots of daggers. There we go. Well, that was easy. Give me your loot. For no reason whatsoever. It's to prevent lag. No, not really. Cat. Get over here, buddy. There we go, not too much damage from that. And I can just go and continue. Another doge. There we go. Let us venture forth. Into the Cathedral of the Deep. Now that I'm over here, I'm gonna go and equip my torch. Because maggots are annoying. Hey, you need a torch to get rid of him. Well, either a torch or blood red moss clumps, but I feel like it's a lot better to just equip a torch instead of using a consumable item. But that is of course my opinion. I don't need the notched whip, I'm just gonna leave that. Go and light the bonfire. And go to the painting of Ariandel. Just so I can unlock the bonfire and not have to think about doing this later in the game. Just to make the game smoother to go through later on. Less of this tedious stuff. That is, if the game can load and maybe not crash. Go and kill this guy because he's also very annoying. There we go. I feel like there's so much missed potential with this, with the painted world of Ariandel. I would have appreciated a lot more if there was like that mystery from, yeah, it's just like the mystery and the creepiness of the painting of Arya Miss from Dark Souls 1. That would have been really cool if they managed to recreate that, but they didn't. And they got stuck with a shitty DLC. So, more intelligence. I might as well upgrade it. I'm gonna have to upgrade it sooner or later. That's the wrong bonfire. Fuck. Well. Now we have to wait. There we go. My eyes! This is something in like real life back in the day when I still went skiing. Like I haven't done a lot of skiing in my life, so I'm not your typical skier who like goes to the ski slopes for the entire day or whatever. Nope. I was still training basically. I never got far because after a while I started to study and then I didn't have time to go on the vacations anymore. And then yeah, at a certain point I also started developing my crazy anxiety shenanigans, and then yeah, skiing is not on my schedule anymore. At least not for the time being. I want to do it eventually again because I did find some amount of joy in it. But it doesn't matter too much. What was I talking about again? Oh, right, the snow. I do remember, like, at a certain point, I had glasses to protect me from that. I was always wondering, like, why do people have glasses? Like, why do they wear tinted glasses, or sunglasses, kind of, when skiing? And then, like, one of the first days that I went skiing, I instantly understood what he meant. Because I could not see jack shit. Which was, yeah. I wouldn't particularly say that was a lot of fun. Because, I was scared out of my mind. Well, kind of. I was just scared that I was going to hit people. Because I couldn't see anybody. I also seem to remember one of my friends back in school that, well, like, came back from a ski vacation. He got, like, he broke something very special. Like something very specific and all that. He couldn't ski or couldn't, like, he doesn't ski, he snowboards, but it doesn't matter much. I do remember him coming back with, like, the glasses, like, everything on his face being a little bit more brown or a little bit more tinted. And then his glasses were, like, you could see his glasses in his face, and that was amazing. There we go. Sometimes you gotta enjoy the simpler things in life. Which I have managed to forget for quite a long time of my life. I did not use a single piece of Estus, so I'm just gonna go and continue. Even though I've noticed that the Sellsword twin blades have some pretty craptacular durability. Not like it matters too much in this game, since I don't feel like my weapons ever break. Except if I get hit by some crazy corrosive stuff. So, yeah, I'm not worried. Not one bit. Alright, time for maggot dudes. It's Maggot Man. Half maggot, half man. Okay, am I gonna go and... I'm gonna go lock onto the wrong target because this game hates me. And then I'm gonna go and parry. Hurry. And I just kill him. I was about to say, that would have been so cool. That would have been so fucking cool. If I got the Grave Warden Twin Blades over there. Those are the enemies that can drop another Twin Blade weapon for me. Like another curved sword. And that particular one, I think it has like more heft to it. It requires more stamina, I seem to remember, than this one. But it does do bleeding damage. So it inflicts bleed. Which used to be really powerful in Dark Souls until they nerfed it. At least in PvP they nerfed it quite a lot. I feel like in the regular game, bleed can still be useful. For a couple of enemies that are susceptible to bleed. But it's the same as with Frostbite and all that jazz, like. And the same with Poison too. It can be useful, but it's not the... Like, I don't feel like you should focus on it, because... Well, I don't know, man. It's useful, let's say it like that. It's just like an added bonus to a weapon. But I wouldn't go out of my way to make, like, to get more bleeding weapons. Because bleed is not worth it. Well, bleed is a little... Actually, you know what, let's word it differently. Bleed, I would say, is the best debuff that you can inflict on an enemy. Then Frostbite is next... Like, next to that is Frostbite, I would say. And then finally, it's Poison. There's also those, like, couple of situations where you can inflict Toxic. By using, by either using Toxic Mist or by using Dung Flies, if you want to. Then it could also be useful, but only against boss, I would say, because they have an insane health pool that allows the use for Poison. Because outside of that, like all the other enemies, it's gonna take a metric crap load of time to inflict these enemies with Poison. So I like to, wait, what was I talking about? It's just gonna be a waste of your poison if you fight normal enemies, and then you usually have already killed the enemy by the time that the poison kicks in. Alright, buddy. I know that you're here. I know that you like to drop down. Flying birch. Now watch out for the freaking bolts. For the fire bolts. Haha. D&D. I'd love to play it one of these days. You know, if I'm lucky, I might at some point in my life find friends who want to play D&D with me. But that day is not today, and probably won't be anytime soon. A thrall fell down. Which doesn't usually fall down, I think. I couldn't do a rolling attack. Why are you here, you stupid piece of trash? You're not supposed to drop down, buddy. At least not normally. Could have been that I positioned myself a little bit more differently. Who knows? I don't care. Oh yeah, right. I'll have to wait for that guy to walk this way so I can throw a dagger in his face. There we go. I don't want to deal with the thralls and this guy. That is one too many enemies. God damn, poise. I did not remember the guys with the halberds having poise. I also keep forgetting that I'm using medium weaponry and not like heavy weaponry. Because the heavy weaponry is the stuff that really stuns enemies. And the enemies that usually get stunned don't get stunned right now because I'm not attacking with a big ol' weapon. I would say that curved swords belong to like the lighter weaponry. Yeah, no, that ain't happening. I'll just go and kill you, I guess. We're going to heal up. I have more than enough S's, so I might as well be safe. And then sorry. That's a very specific one, that one. Can be parried, that attack, but... It also totally depends on the position of this enemy when they do that attack. I find it kind of... Once again, I keep on saying this, I find certain things kind of funny. So another thing that I find kind of funny is how I've turned from... Like when it comes to Dark Souls, when I look and play at Dark Souls 3... Or sorry, when I just play Dark Souls 3, let's say it like that, and make videos of it. I find it kind of crazy, like how informative I've become And like how much I have analyzed enemy behavior in this game. It's insane. And also the way that I talk about it sometimes. It sounds like I'm making a documentary about Dark Souls. Well, I kind of am in a certain way, like. But I can only say that about Dark Souls 3. I cannot say that about Dark Souls 1 or 2. Especially not 1. I know a sizable amount of stuff from Dark Souls 2, but not enough. Well, like, not as much as I know about Dark Souls 3. And that goes double for Dark Souls 1, because how many times did I beat that game? We beat it blind, kind of, ish. I already knew it was gonna happen, like I'd seen the game already. I just hadn't beaten it myself. I did my first playthrough with Cube on the channel. And I think we then waited for the remastered. Like, at a certain point the remaster came out. Or remake, or whatever that was called. And then we both did a co-op playthrough together. Which was pure hell. To be quite honest, it was pure hell. Because we played it at the time of release, or somewhere around that. And my god, were there a lot of invaders. And yeah, Dark Souls 1 is one of those games that you can cheese the living crap out of. And make ridiculously overpowered builds, and well yeah, giant dads galore, and everybody, like, we just constantly died, and yeah. It was not a fun experience. I would not recommend it. I really wouldn't. I don't have enough souls to get the ring. Right. Doesn't matter too much. I hope you enjoyed this episode of just I was playing, no, not the Legend of Zelda, but I was playing Dark Souls 3 at the weapon playthroughs, and next episode we're gonna go and deal with the rest of the Cathedral Deep. Goodbye.